The end of the year can feel like absolute chaos as we navigate and try to meet those deadlines, holiday shopping, holiday travel, people's vacation schedules, trying to do something as a team to celebrate the previous year. And it's easy to kind of forget to check in with our people. It's easy to just throw something together quickly to kind of celebrate as a team, to check the box. But what many leaders forget is the end of the year and the start of the year are probably two of the most important times for the engagement and retention of our people. So in this video, I'm going to explain why and what you specifically can do to create the kind of experience that has your people want to come back and stick around next year. Now, the challenge with the end of year sprint is we're often running on fumes and we barely have a bandwidth to take care of ourselves, let alone do things to be able to support our people. Because we're all just trying to get to that end of the year to be able to get that little bit of respite and a little bit of break. Now, the problem is that the last month of the year and the first month of the year are probably the two most important months for the engagement retention of people. First, because people are burning out and they need our support then, and we need that time for reflection and connection and celebration. But also because the end of the year is where people start to explore job changes. Now, if you think about it, a new year and when we slow down is what often triggers that self-reflection. Do I want to be in the same job 1 year from now? And also problematically is that the end of the year, kind of that October, November, is when companies finalize their budgets for the next year and they start putting those job posts together because the most job posts tend to be available in January and February. And that's when recruiters are starting to reach out. And then the third reason why it's such a high career risk is that job search goes up when people are around their family. Some research that was done by Gartner said that job search increased by 16%, second only to when people have a management change, which is 17%, when people are around friends and family. Why? Because when we meet up with classmates, when we meet up with friends, we have conversations about what they're doing, how much they're making, how happy they are. We start to decide, well, maybe I want that. And so that's why it's so critical that we're having conversations before the end of the year and in the start of the year to let people know that they have a future here, that they have an opportunity to grow and develop and to make sure that they're having an experience that they want to come back the following year. So what conversations should we be having? Well, before the end of the year, we want to, when possible, have a one-on-one, even for just 20 to 30 minutes with every one of our people. And if you don't have time to do that because you work on a really big team, then you may have a conversation with everyone at the same time around this subject. And what would that conversation look like? Well, you may invite somebody in and say, hey, you know what? I know the end of the year can be crazy. I know we have a lot of things going on our plate, but before things get too wild and we all leave, I want to check in and make sure you're having a good experience here. See if there's anything that I can do to support you and just thank you for everything you've done over this previous year. Now, prior to that conversation, you want to think about, hey, what are some of the things I most appreciate about this person? What are some of the projects they worked on? How did they grow this year? So you have some examples to thank them for what they specifically did. Then you can follow up by asking, what are some of the things that you're most proud of? And what are some things that you've learned and how have you grown over this last year? And give them an opportunity to share. Now, at the end of the conversation, here's where you want to set up the conversation for the beginning of the year and say, hey, you know what? Over the holiday, I'd like you to be thinking about how do you want to grow both personally and professionally in the year ahead? What are some of the goals? What are some of the things you want to learn? How do you want to develop? What kind of projects do you want to be working on? What are some of the things you want to make happen? And how can me and how can the team support you to do that? And so over the holidays, I want you to be thinking about those questions, and you can even send these off to them afterwards and say, in early January, we're going to set up a meeting and we're going to go over that so we can make sure we can design a year that helps you accomplish what you want to accomplish in your life. And better yet, schedule that January meeting in your December meeting. So over the holidays, you both know that you have a meeting planned for the beginning of the year where you're going to craft the kind of work experience that this person will love and help them accomplish what they want to accomplish in their life. And by doing that, when those people are having those conversations with friends and family over the holidays about their work experience, when all those job posts are coming online and recruiters are reaching out, and when they're reflecting on, do I want to be here 1 year from now? Then the answer is going to be yes. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you are and you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you hit like and subscribe and show at least one other person who will make a difference for. And if you want to offer an end-of-the-year playbook program for your people, reach out to me at beyondthankyou.com. And happy holidays.